Hello, welcome to this presentation. I am Samuel Oweye, popularly known as SOPIans. I'm the president of the medical students of Osun State University, Osogbo Main Campus, Osun State, Nigeria. I want to give a presentation which talks about making cheap success in your exams. Making cheap success in your exams. Now, this presentation is brought your way courtesy of the Great Osum site. Now, you remember that parts of our goals, that is our Osumsa development goals, is academic excellence. You know, we acronymize the goals as AIM. A stands for academic excellence, I stands for informative mind creation, and M stands for morals and social excellence. Okay, so we be dwelling more on the first goal, which is academic excellence. Now, this presentation features two parts. Number one is the principles of success. Number two is practicalizing success in exams. Okay, so now let's start with the first one, the principles of success. Now, success, simply speaking, simply means the achievement of your goals or something that you plan. Okay, so success can be delineated in different perspectives. Academic success has levels. When good success becomes your habit, then you become excellent. Okay, that's when you have academic excellence. So you step up to a new level of academic experience entirely, in which case you experience success every time. So success is not an occasional event, okay, in your life. All right, now let's talk about the principles or the laws of success. Number one is the law of desire. Number two is the law of belief. Number three is the law of positive attitude. Number four is the law of persistence. Number five is the law of goal setting. Number six is the law of assessment or evaluation. Alright, now let's start with the first one, the law of desire. If you want something badly enough, I tell you, you will get it. If you want something badly enough, you will get it. Desire is a force that cannot be easily stopped. Okay, so it is the fire that eats you up to perform and excel in anything. Now, you need to know why you need to desire success in your exams or in courses, as the case may be. Number one is because it counts towards your final grading, as in MBBS exams, or whether you are in other colleges that you are thinking BSc honors. So your success in every exam that you take counts towards your final grading. Whether you have distinctions in your MBBS exams, or you have first class or second class or whatever in your BSc certificate. Alright, number two is it keeps you on the track. That is, it gets you encouraged to continue your performance, okay, to continue your program. Number three is it motivates you to do better next time. You feel excited to read and come for lectures, okay. Number four is it makes you psychologically healthy. There's this sense of happiness and fulfillment that you have when you have success in exams. And reverse moods do occur when you fail an exam, okay. Number five is you will have a feeling of success in other aspect of your life. Now, a research has shown us that by the time you fail in one major aspect of your life, now you tend to fail in every other aspect of your life. And as a student, the bulk of your life is your academics. That is, it takes higher percentage of your time. So when you don't have success in your exams, you feel that you failed in every other aspect of life, okay. So that is the fifth reason why you must make sure that you attain success in any exam that you encounter. Alright, now, so desire overcomes obstacles to success. So please go for it. Alright, that is about the first law of success, which is the law of desire. Now let's go to the second law, which is the law of belief. Now, anything you believe to be true will be your reality. Don't ever think or believe that you can't have distinction in your exams. Don't ever believe it. No, you can't have it. You can. People that are having distinction, they don't have two heads, they don't have two brains. Okay, so you must develop, the capacity mentally that you have the ability to do something. Okay, you don't have to lower your esteem. You don't have to have this, inferiority complex. Okay, so distinction actually makes you distinct. So please go for it. Alright, now let's go to the third law, which is the law of positive attitude. The law of positive attitude. Now, the way we think is the way we perform. So your attitude is everything. It is how you see things around you, how you deal with the situations surrounding your success, and what you think about life, actually count towards your success. I used to tell people that you don't have to complain about, your lecturer. You don't have to complain about the lecture room, about the dissection room, about, the material given to you. You don't have to complain about anything. Those who understand how success is achieved, you don't complain. You don't complain. You don't castigate people. You don't condemn people for your failure. You don't, say this, say that, try to be giving excuse. You don't have any excuse for failure. Alright, in fact, just like I realized that no excuse is genuine for failure, but every explanation is genuine for success. Oh yes, that's the way it is. Now, if somebody tells you that he passed an exam, or because he or she doesn't used to read that exam, you say, oh, that's probably the reason why he passed the exam. So, and if somebody tells you that he or she failed an exam simply because he or she read it over and over again, so you tend to say, oh, so why do you have to read all the time? So you don't have any excuse for failure, even though it's logical, but every explanation you give for success is genuine. Okay, so positive attitude and optimum work, they are like a magnet for success. So when you have positive attitude, there's this law of magnetism that you always attract success to your life. Okay, so if you maintain positive attitude, no matter what the situation is, success will come to you automatically. Okay, and even failure has a lot of positive things in itself. So you learn a lesson from your failure. Alright, so next time you won't make the same mistake. So failure has given you the opportunity to learn how to be excellent. Now, actually, success comes only after the certain number of failures. It never comes instantly. Alright, now don't misquote me about this. The point is, your success actually comes after failure. Does it mean that when you take any exam you always be failing? No, the point is you might have failed in simple things before you now get to larger one that we earn you success. For instance, people that usually earn success in major exams, they might have failed in their secret place. Maybe you keep on practicing something over and over again, then you know how to do it better. Okay, so that's what we're talking about there. So you have to fail in order to succeed. Now, therefore, every failure brings you one step closer to your success. So if you keep on doing something, over and over again, there's a way the practice makes you to be perfect. Alright, so something always finds something positive in every situation. So you need to always find something positive in every situation, and your life will continue to attract success and happiness that are overwhelming. Alright, so now let's go to the fourth law, which is the law of persistence. The ability to persist is what makes people to succeed. Okay, in fact, real success never comes after the first attempt. So wherever your goal is, there will be obstacles on your way to success. So they are part of life. You need to expect them and learn from them. Alright, and also adapt to to it. Now, hard work that we talk about in medicine is not long hours of reading, but the consistency, the persistency in learning. That's what we talk about. Okay, so you can read for 2 hours, almost every day. You reading for 2 hours almost every day is better than somebody reading for 10 hours every week or when the exam is close by. Okay, so persistency is very important as far as your success is concerned. Okay, now the 5th law is the law of goal setting. The law of goal setting. Now you have no achievement without goals. So you've got to get a goal that you set for yourself. Just like a football field must have a goal post, so that this gives the players the direction of where to play the ball in order to have success in the game. So also you must have goals or targets. That is, maybe your goal for an exam is maybe for you to have distinction. If you have the grading system now, like, okay, you want to have A, you want to have B, and not less than C. Okay, that's the worst. Alright, so that may be your goal. Your goal may be, okay, you want to achieve something at a particular point in time. Alright, so very soon we'll be talking about the characteristic of goals. Okay, now goal setting is the most important, powerful tool you can have to achieve your success. Goals keep you focused, they keep you motivated. Goal setting helps you to create the step-by-step plan to achieve your success. Okay, please stop dreaming and start setting goals. Now, goals have a deadline. Goals are specific. Goals are put into writing, and goals have clear step-by-step plan. Okay, those are the characteristics of goals. So you begin to set up your goals now and start thinking of achieving them. Alright, now the 6th law is the law of assessment or evaluation. Yeah, the law of assessment or evaluation. Now, personal assessment is very important for your success in exams. Okay, assessment gives you the capacity to know what is in your brain, the summary of things that you thought that is there, that was not actually there, that is in your brain, and things that you thought that was not there, that is there. Okay, so evaluation or assessment gives you the capacity to know what's actually in your brain. Okay, so now you don't know what you know until you give your brain thorough assessment. Okay, that's just the way it is. You don't know what you know until you allow your brain to be assessed. That's when you know what you know. Alright, so now may I tell you that it is not everything that you read in your life, or see, or watch, or hear that you can remember. But I can tell you that consistent assessment of your brain will open up your brain archive, and give you the information that you want per time. Okay, isn't that wonderful? Yeah, that is it. So now you may ask that, how do I assess my brain? Yeah, there's a way to assess your brain. Now get up your brain refreshed with music, anything that you like to refresh your brain. It can be music, can be sleep, can be sport, can be dance, can be anything that you are used to. Alright, the second thing is you have to quiet your brain, quiet your mind. Okay, let it be quiet. Alright, then the third thing is start asking yourself questions on the subjects that you are dealing with. Try to diversify as much as possible. Number 4 is pull down new things that comes to your mind. Okay, now new things will be coming to your mind as you take time to do those things. Number 5 is now start rounding off when you feel satisfied. Okay, now finally you increase your IQ and cognitive ability when you have continuous brain assessment. Okay, when you have continuous brain assessment, you increase your IQ, that's your intelligence quotient, and your cognitive ability, that's your thinking capacity. Okay, yeah, that's actually round off the first section. Now let's take a short break now. I'll be back after this time out. Relax.
Alright, my name is Dele Emmanuel and you are listening to me. I'm here to do something to make you laugh, so just relax. Attire for theory, people they make up all in the name of I fall in love. You know, love in the olden days, as at the time of our home papa and mama, was spelled L-O-V-E. But love nowadays is now spelled L-U-S-T. You know, for our home papa and mama time, love blind. Love mumu. For that time, if you slap love, now like this, love go dey look at you. But if you try him now, love go slap you back. For the time of our own papa and mama, love go carry basket, go carry pom follow you go farm. Love they carry out, they follow our papa go to farm. But now shopping mall and eatery, love go follow you, they go. You know, for our home papa and mama time, that was the time they practice blinded love, because they know they care at all about the future of the kid. Their love don't blind them so they know they think, they know they care. You know, just because they are in love, you will see a short man falling in love with another short woman. You know, they don't go care at all about the repercussion. They go now born pikin, they go produce ake and popo. The papa divided into two. You know, the love don't blind them. You go see AS falling in love with another AS. Now they go produce pikin, they go produce Yaradua. That one go they sick. We go they use our money to treat them. After we don't spend a lot of money, go just decide say one die. You know, for our home papa and mama time, oh my God, you go see a thief falling in love with another thief. Waiting they go produce na Sicilia Hebrew. That one go they carry our money, go abroad, they steal them. You can't they wonder why Yahoo boys full plenty our street now. Because 419 go fall in love with 419s. Now these are the repercussions. You know, the love for our home papa and mama time. Oh my God, that love sweet though. You know, for that time, you know the kind song we love they listen to. It's baby mi jowo ojeka jo ma gbadun. Aya to mo ya yi lo nsi fe oko re. Oni temi o. But now the story don't change. Love they listen to anyhow song. For our own papa and mama time, you go see somebody like Mike Bolton, they sing love song, they cry. Mike Jackson, Madonna, Phil Collins, they sing love song, they cry, they shed tears. Now they are singing love song, they are breaking. Because they don't turn every system upside down. You know, I don't know why guys go to wonder, go they waste their time to chase beautiful babies, pretty ladies. I don't know why. Because most of these pretty girls, it's too sure for them. If you date them, your mind no go dey at rest. You go dey conscious of another man coming to snatch her. You know, for example, if you go to a party with your babe, let's say your babe beautiful. If another man they talk with your babe 1 minute, you sit down for one corner, you dey watch them. 2 minutes, you still dey watch them. 3 minutes, now you go stand up yourself, go block the guy house, say this is my babe. But if your babe you go sit down 5 minutes, you no go talk. 10 minutes, you see they watch them, they talk, they flow, they go. Even fact, if say you won't go home, you go leave them there, because you know, say nobody if you have the kind heart to take your babe. You know, for pretty ladies, if say you won't go to their house, go meet them papa or mama, you go there too conscious. Because if the papa or the mama rejects you like this, your own don't finish. So if you are the type of person where they sack before, to go to their house, you go dress corporate. Even if you know they use tie, you go use tie. You go they pretend all the thing where you know they do. But if your babe dress anyhow, even if you like wear slippers, they no born their parents will make they reject you, because they know the stress where their pikin go to produce you at last.
Alright, so welcome back. Now let's go to the second part, which is practicalizing success in exams. Now your success in any exam depends on you and your examiner, that is usually your lecturer. So now there's a way to position yourself and condition your examiner for your success. Okay, now let's have a list of them. Now you have to be smart during lectures and classes. Take note of emphasized topics, assignments, tutorial questions, and topics of discussion. Okay, now the second thing is take time to study your lecturer and know what they want. Okay, that's very important. Know what they want and give it to them. Just like some lecturers, you know, during their lecture, he tends to know what they want. He tends to know how they want, you know, the answers to be presented, maybe in a concise form or in an epistle form. Okay, so you take time to study your lecturer, because as far as your success in any exam is concerned, your lecturer, which will eventually be your examiner, has a important role to play. Okay, so you have to take time to study them. That's part of being smart. All right, so actually your success in any exam is not on the day of the exam, okay, but it starts from the first day of lecture. So psychologically, you already know before you write an exam whether you fail it or not. Psychologically, you may not know it, but that's just the way it is. Now the third thing is you need to know how you learn easily by discovering your learning skills. Yeah, we've made a number of presentations on how to discover your learning skills, so you can ask for such presentations. Now, to condition your examiner for your success in exams, you have to be a good manager of your time and follow all the instructions. Okay, let's talk about how you deal with some of these questions that we have in exams. Now, we do have MCQs, that is multiple choice questions. We have OBJ, that is objective, and we have essay part. So let's start from MCQs. Now, you have to be calm as much as possible. Make sure that you understand the root questions before you go to STEM questions. Okay, now attempt those questions you can attempt for the first time without any guesswork. Okay, now take notes of conditional words or statements like except, like is not true about, only, all, every, all those kind of conditional words. You need to take note of them and make sure it's condition your answer to. Okay, so now go through the questions for the second time. Yes, you need to make sure you go through the questions for the second time. That's usually where we make the mistakes, because you can't eliminate you having common mistakes in the first attempt. So, but when you go for the second time, now you correct the attempted questions and those that you've not done. Okay, so that's very important. Now, please don't guess if the assurance is less than 70%. Okay, if you usually guess wrong most of the time, don't guess because of negative marking. Okay, now for each attempted question, write true, T for true and F for false, clearly in the space provided for answering the questions. So it may be on the question paper or separate answer sheets, which has column for each of the STEM questions. It can be A to E or A to D. Okay, now write your matric number clearly on each sheet of the question paper or the answer sheets given to you before you start answering the questions. Okay, now try to avoid distractions during exams or in course, as the case may be, because sometimes you do have little distractions, so you need to avoid those distractions to make you concentrate on what you're doing. Now you can use pencil in answering the questions because of mistakes, or you have to be careful when you are using pen to avoid roughness of your exam paper when you make mistakes. Alright, so now for OBJs, it has only one correct option, so you are not allowed to pick more than one option for each question. Okay, now in a case of ambiguous question, that is when you have more than one correct option, now you need to pick the nearest or the closest answer to the question. Haven't consulted your cognitive faculty, that is, haven't thought about it over and over again, with a limitation of time. Now you just pick the nearest or the closest answer to the question. Okay, now because there's no negative marking, so you are free to attempt as many questions as you wish. Attempt all the questions. Okay, because there's no negative marking, so you are free to answer any question. Alright, now let's go to the second section, which is answering essay questions. Most of the time, this is where some of us have challenges. Okay, now in actually putting what we know in the right way, in the appropriate manner that will suit our lecturer or our examiner. Alright, now generally speaking, we have two forms of essay questions. We have SAQ and LAQ. SAQ is short answered question, LAQ is long answered question. So somebody may ask that, how do I differentiate between SAQ and LAQ? That's simple. When you see a question, you will know whether it's SAQ or LAQ. That is, when you have questions like list, enumerate, all this kind of thing, those are SAQs. Briefly discuss, briefly describe, all those briefly things, those are SAQ. LAQ, discuss explicitly, discuss elaborately, discuss with the aid of diagram, all those kind of things, those are LAQ questions. Okay, so now in answering essay questions, you need to have understood what your lecturer wants, or now your examiner in this case now, in terms of being concise in answering your questions or downloading epistles, for them. Okay, so a lot of explanations, that's epistles, give explanation with examples and probably some, other things. Okay, and those that actually emphasize on diagrams. Some lecturers, they emphasize on diagrams. They tell you, once you put diagram in your answer, you can be sure of 70%, marks. So you need to make sure that you are conversant with diagram and go and learn how to draw very well. Okay, now in both questions, whether it's SAQ or LAQ, you are required to write all what you know about the subject. Okay, that's usually where we make the mistakes. Sometimes when we see a SAQ question, so we just write 3 lines and stop. No, that's not what they're asking you. What they're asking you is, for SAQ, you write all what you know about it. Now, but your answer will be in concise form. It will be in short form. That's why it's short. It will be in short form. So you won't be saying stories. Just go straight to the point. But write everything you know. Okay, without much explanations. Alright, so but when it comes to LAQ, now LAQ will be answered in elaborate or explicit form with detailed explanations. Okay, so that's very important. Now please note, now you need to always outline your work, especially when it comes to long answer question. That's true. You need to make sure you outline your work. Very, very important. Outlining makes your work to be more organized and earns you more marks than just doing your work roughly. Even though if you have many stuffs and you don't know how to organize those stuffs, they won't earn you much marks as it ought to be when you outline. So outlining gives you smooth elaboration of thoughts and smooth writing. Okay, now put diagram or sketches where necessary, especially for anatomy and some other subjects that deal more with diagrams. So please put diagrams or sketches where they're necessary. Alright, now allot time for each question and follow it so that you will not be cheated by time. Yeah, most people have been cheated by time. They tend to complain after the exams. Now why? Because they've not been a good manager of their time. Now you need to make sure you allot time for each question so that you don't get behind time. Okay, so you need to allot time for each question and follow it. Alright, now when you got the question paper, most of the time answers start coming to your brain like flashes. When you just see those questions, answers just start coming to your brain, like flashes. So please quickly pull them down at the back of your answer booklet. Now, not on your question paper, but at the back of your answer booklet, because it may not come back until after you've left the examination hall. Okay, that's one funny aspect of it. Alright, now be calm as much as possible. Relax your brain so that stuffs can come easily. Okay, that's very important. You don't need to shiver. You don't need to. Nobody wants to beat you. Nobody wants to, castigate you for anything. Just be calm. Write what you can write, and relax. Okay. So now, don't force yourself to remember something in an exam because it may lead to confusion. Yes. Don't be forced to remember something. Just be calm. Okay, so relax your brain. Now, if you are forcing your brain to remember something, that may lead to brain confusion and probably every other thing will go. So you need to, rest your mind and let those things come, voluntarily. Now, first go to the questions that you know answers to them before you come back to other ones. Okay, so sometimes you may remember vividly, sometimes you may not. Just make sure you write all what you know about the subject. It may not be concise, it may not be specifically on that question, but you can also put some things surrounding it down. because they say something is better than nothing. So it's better for you to put something down than for you not to put anything down. Alright, so now please follow all the instructions that are given to you. Attempt all questions if you are asked to do so. Okay, now put examples where you are required and put examples where it is necessary. You may not be required, but if you think it's necessary for you to put examples, put it there. Okay, because all those little ways, earns you, marks in exams. Okay, now if you have time, quickly proofread your work to correct all the mistakes that you've made. Okay, submit when you are told to do so, and submit where you are told to do so. Now finally, ascribe all your appreciation to God, because your success is on the way. Now that actually round off the whole section. I hope you enjoy it. Now to get our other presentations that are packaged all for your success. Once again, I am Samuel Oweye, popularly known as SOPs, the president of the Medical Students of Osun State University, Osogbo Campus, Osun State, Nigeria. Now, if you have comments or further inquiries, you can log on to our email, which is uniosunmedicalstudents@yahoo.com, or you can check for us on Facebook. Okay, then if you like to text or call, you can send those things to the following numbers: 070-3508-3479 or 080-7691-9529. Thank you very much for listening. I see you stepping up to the next level of success. I see you attaining, good academic excellence. I see you having great success in your exams. God bless you. You will succeed. Bye for now.